Just Between Us, a spontaneous, intuitive live television show with topics that are intended to inspire, delight, educate, and encourage. Focusing on the lives, experiences, and viewpoints of motherlode women, the show features a rotating cast of 4 women of all ages and from all walks of life. Quick, upbeat, and fast-paced with a variety of topics, this 1-hour show will be aired live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 a.m. Tune in, it's Just Between Us.
Good morning and welcome to... Oh, my hair's sticking up.
Did Martha call? Did Martha call?
Welcome to AM Live. No, because Martha's here. She told me I look like alfalfa one time. She called in and said, your hair's sticking up, which it is. Anyway.
Oh, she's never going to let me forget that. Good morning.
Tis the season to be... Guess who's coming? That little chubby man with the rosy cheeks, whatever. Yeah. Not my ex-husband. Good morning, I'm Susie from Volcano. And speaking of husband, happy anniversary to my husband, 6 months.
Oh, cool.
Wonderful. Yes,
congratulations, John.
Yes, congratulations, John. Sorry, Kathy.
Not a problem. And I'm Kathy from, let's see, I never know exactly where I'm from.
Jackson.
Okay. Monique from my own.
And I always say Martha from Jackson.
And Diane.
There
Okay.
you go.
Let's jump in our first 2, ladies. Pick our first 2.
Okay, are we going to do a little rolling?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, pick it up so she can read
All righty.
You grab 2 there.
She needs
Kathy.
to
Okay,
read the
I'm going to grab
topic.
these 2.
There we go.
And the first topic, honey?
Is your mate.
Number 6.
Do you trust him totally and know that he is yours forever?
Oh, okay.
And the next one.
And the next topic.
Oh, we know her answer.
And the next topic
Is vacation.
Ooh, yay, I like that.
number 6
Ooh.
again.
Wow.
Do
Here we
you
go.
feel vacations are a necessity or are they overrated?
Oh.
Well, this is not overrated. We're going to come and have a couple of commercials and then come right back. That is
Awesome.
fun.
Just Between Us, a spontaneous, intuitive live television show with topics that are intended to inspire, delight, educate, and encourage. And now back to Just Between Us.
Welcome back to Just Between Us. Kathy, our first topic?
The mate.
Okay.
Yeah, baby.
Do you trust him totally and know that he is yours forever?
How long have you been married?
46 years.
Okay.
Wow.
We know your answer. Obviously, it's...
I'm recently divorced, and so I'm probably, I love marriage, and I did love being married for a very long time. But it's kind of a tough subject because there
But
were
you have
things that
you
came
have
up.
somebody in your life that you
I
see.
do. I have somebody really important to me.
Good.
And, if I didn't have the background of the trust issues from my previous relationship, from my marriage with my husband, I would totally trust him. And it's not that I don't trust him. I think it's more a psychological thing in my head. My heart says, yes, everything is fine.
Well, it's new. It's
yeah. And I have a lot of trust in him. My heart says, everything is fine. But my brain goes, you should always watch out. So I've got this conflicting feeling going on. But it's not because he's done anything wrong or said anything wrong or, there's no reason that he's given me to feel that way. I think it's just, it takes time to work these things out in your mind when they're so prevalent. But I trust him. I mean, he's a great guy.
That's good.
Yeah.
Me? I never had one hair of jealousy in my body. Don't ask me how I came up with that.
That's good.
I never, because when I think that a man chooses me or we choose each other, there's a reason, So you have to trust each other. And if you don't trust each other, separate yourselves because then that's a sickness to me.
But wonder if you've had... Well,
I had somebody, remember I told you I had somebody that sat on his lap and kind of played with him. And,
But then that kind of make you angry?
It didn't make me jealous. I wanted to beat her up, that's all.
I'm terribly jealous. I am. I
Really?
I am.
That's
And
a sickness, girl.
I know it's terrible, but I don't help it.
You know what? I don't know if it's a jealousy thing. Kathy, you've been married for 46 years. It's not a jealousy thing. It is, hey, have some respect.
That's exactly.
That man is
that
mine.
happens.
Wouldn't that make you
Respect.
angry if
Yes.
There was a time, 46 years isn't always 46 years of bliss.
No, of course
I
not.
know. 25 over
But
here.
the fact that we made a commitment and I said, okay, we're going to work through these issues.
Yes.
So it's kind of an ebb and flow. I mean, there's times when you are kind of separated and then you come back together and then you're like, wow, this is really a
normal.
special
That's
person.
life,
and then, he's so different than I am and his likes and differences. We're pretty much opposites.
I
but
think
yet,
respect is number
respect.
one.
I agree.
Right.
Respect is number one.
Yes.
When you start disrespecting each other and calling each other a little names,
Oh,
you
forget
know,
that. No, no.
it just
No.
know for a fact that that's the start of a war.
See, and that's
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's why I'm like I have total, not only trust but respect for John, and always have, and that has never gone away. And he has always been the type of person that that he is my husband. He is with me. He's not the type of he's a very friendly person. He's an outgoing person, but he is a very respectable person, and he always does. He never does anything to
And a very
embarrass me.
generous person, because you were just blinding me with
Yeah.
this guidance.
Well, and it's the honesty too. I mean, if you can, it's hard, but there's times if you can be open and honest with your spouse or
Right.
that, and that's not an easy thing at times.
No,
Right.
no. Especially when it comes to financial, because one wants more and the other one, doesn't, and the one is a spender and the other one it isn't, and there's so much that needs to be said and done before you become
Mr. and
Mr. and
Absolutely.
Mrs.
But then on the other hand, I understand where Monique's coming from, because when you have been burnt, and more than once, it's hard, and it's hard for them to understand that, it's hard just to give your heart again, always in the back of your mind thinking, okay, now is this going to happen again? And you see little things and you say, aha, I saw this in the other one and I let it go, and now I see this. So I think the hardest, I think, thing to do is to let the past go and trust the person that you're with and understand their personality, what one may construe as maybe flirting or somebody coming on to them.
Did you say flirting?
Yeah, yes, Missy, I
did.
did. It's not specifically that. That's their personality. So you have to
I
learn
agree,
to let
yeah.
that go.
I
Just
think
like we're going to let
it's not
this go.
necessarily the male in the in the relationship. It's the other women that don't respect the relationship and come over.
And there's always
flirt.
somebody
And there's always someone
that's going to come
It's
on
how
and act like
the gentleman
like
handles
a fool.
himself.
But that in my stage, that's kind of fun. I really do. I love watching people come on to he's a very handsome man, in my mind. And sometimes I'll see these women go up and flirt him, and I just stand back and smile.
I'm saying you're cute as a bug's ear, so that shouldn't bother you.
Oh, I got to tell. Oh,
Go ahead. Yeah, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, have you ever heard of the platinum rule?
No.
All right, the platinum rule is do unto others not as you want them to do unto you, but as they would like you to do to them. And an example of this, and this helped my marriage then, was if you had the cold or the flu, do you want somebody to hover over you, bring you hot soup, turn on your thing, bring you tissues, or are you the kind of person just leave me alone?
Okay, did you put a massage in that and out that?
Pardon?
We
have to- we
we
have
have
to
to
go-
go
okay.
on the new topic.
All right, new topic. Okay,
We're getting the
vacation. Do you feel vacations are a necessity or are they overrated?
They're
A necessity.
definitely a
To me,
necessity
To
for
me,
a lot of people.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, a
I
break.
think people need time out, especially, unfortunately, in today's economic situations that we're going through. Younger families, they have to put a lot of things in the back burner. I think mom and dad need a day or two off, and they need to get away, especially if both people are working hard and stuff. At my age, and I'm at home all the time, it's not necessary for me because I don't have the stress of getting up and going to work and raising young children. But I really honestly believe young people today, they need to get away for a day or two. They really honestly do. And people that work, you ladies all work, it's important for you to get away.
I agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
I need vacation. I need it twice a year. I need it in January, which December I'm always longing for January to come, and then usually when the kids get out of school in June. I've just been dying to spend time with my daughter. The last, month before school gets out is just so hectic and crazy. And then same thing, December's just, wow, fun, but so busy. I'm exhausted by the end of the month, and January is usually when we go on a family vacation.
Right.
And I just need, even for a night, just to go and be away from home, not feeding the 4 animals and making dinner and, put this on the grocery list, and, I should clean the bathroom, then I'll have to do it tomorrow, and, that's right, I don't have any towels. You know how it goes on and on.
Every day.
And you go to bed at
Every
10:45
day.
and you go, wow, I am beat. And then, the alarm goes off at 6. So every few weeks
just wait
I'll
till
do
you
it, just
hit
one
this-
night.
Wait till you hit the 60s and you still have kids at home and animals.
Grandkids.
The
Then you
grandkids.
need at least a night away.
You think, when I get older, I'm going to have peace and quiet. Not.
I guess you're right.
know,
I'm thinking it
but-
would have a year and a half before Morgan goes off to college, but still, then later comes a
Well,
They
we
come
have
back.
to all do like Kathy. Tomorrow she's having 10 grandkids build gingerbread houses in the kitchen. Put together that. You don't think she's going to need a vacation come?
Oh,
Those are the most
That's fun. It
things.
is so much fun.
We did gingerbreads last year with my grandkids. I don't know, every year goes by and I don't know if it's this year or last year. But anyway, and we did gingerbread houses with the grandkids. Oh my God, that was the most fun we had.
It's a lot of fun.
Doing things with the kids.
it is.
But you are whooped that night, It's,
I put
takes a
sheets
lot.
down on the floor and on the table
How
and
fun.
everywhere,
Well,
and then
See
Yeah.
how I did it? I did it through Accra. Accra
okay.
does that, and they put a big table with all the goodies and stuff, and then they go and you pick up whatever it is that you
See, now
need.
you do like I do. Before John eats, I have to put sheets. Hopefully he's in the shower anytime.
You better
what
watch
I
out.
think is kind of interesting about
Better watch
vacations
out, yeah.
is that there's so many neat places that you can go that are not expensive. I think,
Yes.
when I grow up and, get a little older, I think I would like to have a talk show about vacations, about traveling on a dime and on a budget, because I do it really well. And I'd like to travel quite a bit, definitely, and like
And
to
you,
see
and
different
you can
cultures.
mix both your love of travel and love of food and,
That's
and
right.
a great cook that you are and the things that you do. How much fun is that? And look at on the Food Channel and all these other channels, they're specializing in that. And it all started out, it started out years ago. Remember with the Galloping Gourmet?
Oh, yeah.
And Jeff Smith and a few of the other ones. Julia Child, the love of my life. I
Mine
just
too.
adore Julia. But it's just gotten to the point now where food is fun. It's not the enemy. It's fun. It's not hard to do. Take a challenge, get complicated, and go do that. They have tours all over Europe where you can go and learn how to
sure.
cook and do things like
But
that.
it's
which
doing
I
it
think's a
on
lot
the
of fun.
budget, I think, because
Yes.
right now money's tight for everyone.
Absolutely, and that's
Find the
important.
deals. Yeah.
That's really important. We got to pick 2 new topics, ladies.
more.
I want to say
Okay.
good morning to Raylene and to Diana. And
Go ahead
Raylene,
and give it
Martha
to
and I are having coffee, so I want you to know that. No, because I
Oh,
want
I
her to
don't know that
know.
we'd want to
she
do 2
thinks
free
I'm
falls.
not
Okay,
gonna
then
talk.
here.
Do we want
Did you tell her the truth?
Okay, she knows what I'm talking about.
Okay, what's the first topic?
One's a free for all.
Yay.
Okay, good.
Okay.
And the next one?
Being rejected.
Number 5.
What is the first step you should take to help a friend or family member get over being rejected?
Oh,
Okay. So, Martha, Monique, you're going to come up with a little
Sure.
okay, sure.
okie doke. Hey, we're going to take a very, very short break here from our sponsors, and we're going to be right back.
Just Between Us, a spontaneous, intuitive live television show with topics that are intended to inspire, delight, educate, and encourage.
The Gordon Hill Flower Shop family would like
Welcome back, and we're ready to. Do you girls want to take your free for all first, or do you want to take your topic first?
Oh, let's do the free for all.
Of
Okay,
course.
go for it.
Okay. Christmas. Making it better. Traditional foods.
Traditional foods.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, good.
in our family, I have to say that my mom passed away recently, and my dad had passed away in 91. It's been years. But we always did a German Christmas Eve, where
nice.
we'd either all go together and get in the car the day before, 2 days before, go into Sacramento or go to San Francisco and go to the German deli or the European deli. And it was fun just going there and, selecting the different lunch meats, because it's typically a cold type of dinner with lunch meats, some different German potato salads, and, maybe some herring and wine. We do the German wieners, the whitewurst, bockwurst, and the pickles, and the German mustard. And it was just amazing. And without that, to me, it's absolutely not Christmas.
And Martha, you do the tamales? Christmas Eve, the tamales?
I do just about everything, It's a tradition that I do the cooking on the holidays, and like for Thanksgiving, oh my God, I had a table from here to that one.
You had 100 people, didn't you have like 100 people?
Oh, I had a lot of people.
Oh my God.
I had a lot of people.
Oh, wow,
and I don't count because they come and they go, so
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
anybody that walks in, you're welcome, come. As long as there's food, help yourself,
How sweet.
Yeah.
That's
so.
sweet. Kathy, you guys do something special, right?
Oh, Christmas Eve always has to be service. I mean, we always go to Christmas Eve service, candlelight service, and to me that's very special. And then you have oyster stew afterwards has always kind of been our, and when I grew up, it was midnight, 1 o'clock before we got to bed.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
And then on
Easy.
Christmas Day, all our kids and our grandkids come to our house Christmas afternoon. What I like to do Christmas morning is go to their house and watch them open their presents.
That's fun.
That's fun.
We do Christmas Eve. We open our presents on Christmas Eve. I have a little dinner, at home, and just a lot of little snacks for the kids, hot chocolate, the fire going,
How cute.
and all the kids yelling and screaming, me next, I want to open mine now.
How cute.
So
And
we
you know
go
what?
from
Enjoy
the
it now.
youngest to the oldest.
Oh,
So
that's a good
because
idea.
it's because otherwise it goes crazy.
I like that.
Everybody wants to open their gifts first.
Yeah.
So the youngest is the one that is so anxious. So
Yes.
I think I'm going to adopt that. I like that idea.
that's a
The
good
youngest
idea.
from the oldest. I think that's
Yeah.
really cute. Do you think that as time
So
goes by,
I'm the old. I'm the last one.
do you think
get
those,
yours on the 26th.
as time goes by now, do you think that you see things changing and you don't like what you see? Like, you don't like to see the little ones getting older and a lot of this Christmas thing, it's like, okay, they said that they wanted this specific game for their, Xbox, whatever. I don't know any of those things, but it's like they already know that they're going to get this because they put the order in. I mean, I think that sometimes the surprise is not there.
I agree. Well, all the kids have a list, young and older, teenage. And I always look at the list. And what to me, that's easier to email it to our family that doesn't live close by, because they have no idea what Morgan would really like. And I usually pick one thing off that list, and then I'll email and say, okay, well, I got this one. We try to hit reply all to these emails so we all know what we're getting, so we don't have duplicates.
That's
We're
so
pretty
much work.
organized, I know. But then I will buy something totally unexpected. Now, I bought a really neat gift for Morgan. I've already got it. And I thought about it long and hard, and it's something that I know she can use for the rest of her life, because I have one too.
Cool.
And I've had it since I was early 20s.
How nice.
And she's not expecting it. When she sees it, she's going to go, oh my gosh, I know it's going to be like a wow factor. And I'm so excited, and I can't tell you because
No, you can't tell us now.
No, you tell us after.
And I'm terrible about keeping present secrets.
I want anything elastic, Spanx, anything that keeps me together. Where I don't look like Jello when I walk in. At this age, you got to think practical.
Susie, I'm going to beat you up. You always saying things like that. You're the most beautiful lady I know. Come on.
But it shakes, honey.
I have a lot of customers that think you're a beautiful lady.
Really? I want
Yes.
names. I want names
Yes.
and numbers. Buy them a drink.
And pictures.
Yeah, all two. I'm telling you. What is our next? Being rejected.
Being rejected.
Oh, shooting a hoot nanny. That's sad.
That's kind of a downer, isn't it? But no, this can be a good thing. We'll make it a positive thing. What is the first steps you should take to help a friend or family member get over being rejected?
Wow.
Do what Susie did to me.
What did Susie
Take
do?
me out to lunch and take me to the movies.
Oh, that's true.
There you go.
Make
Yes.
them feel special.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of the most important things to do for somebody that you care for, that you love, family, friend, whatever, if it's a hard situation, it's something difficult, the first thing you have to do is that you can't handle it with kid gloves. You got to tell them you need to stop. You've been rejected.
yeah.
Okay, that's the reality of it. Now, the how to get over it or whatever. Vent. I'm here to hear you, whatever you want, but I am not going to tell you something that you want to hear. Like, okay, well,
I'm not going to lie to you.
no, no. You know,
You know.
well, you know, maybe he'll be back. He'll realize this, that
I'll
what he
be
did was wrong.
kind in a way, but
Yeah.
I have to be
Realistic.
realistic about, you know, if you're having problems, there's got to be a reason, you know, because it's always, especially if it's the problem between a man and a woman or two friends.
Right.
You know, you get to see the reality because you on the outside.
Right.
But then sometimes your opinion, you know, it could be wrong too. But when you see the reality of who is the one that's making the problems, and they feel rejected, you know, and they think that they're
I
not
think,
wrong.
but don't you feel,
you
Martha,
know.
the worst, the ultimate rejection is if you really care for a man, or you're going with him, or even your hubby or whatever, and you find out that they want to leave, they want to go, or they found somebody else. I mean, you just feel so rejected, and it's always mea culpa, right? And that's not true. It's not always your fault. Not always your fault. Sometimes a person is taking a different avenue in a relationship than you are, and you don't see signs, or you don't want to see signs. And therefore, you know, you have to learn that the word rejected it's under an umbrella. You can be rejected for many things. But the first thing to do is say, okay, this is the situation, so I got to move on. But in retrospect, let me see, what have I been doing? Have I been doing something that maybe made this person feel that way, or whatever? When you do the exam to yourself and say, you know what, no, I did A, B, C, D, and E, I feel I was okay. So obviously, it's on that person, friendship and
Not necessarily.
or whatever.
What I'm thinking is, you know, people have different personalities.
Absolutely.
And different standards of what is right or wrong.
Exactly.
And it's not because you're right or they're right,
No.
or wrong. It's just that they can't accept you, or you can't accept them because you're different. You're seeing things from your eyes.
Let me tell you an example. I was with a gentleman that was Italian, and I'm Hispanic.
Oh, you're going to blame me now, huh?
You know, Italians do things a little different.
Yes,
than
ma'am, they do.
Well, we do a lot of things similar,
Yes.
but their costumes are totally different in many ways.
Right.
You know, so I learned real quick that I wasn't going to put up with a lot of the things, the way, you know,
Shenanigans.
the way they treat you, like you're
What everybody perceives
not
as
everybody,
normal is
not
different.
you know,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yes, exactly.
you know. And he said, "I'm not being mean. Really, it feels like you're being mean to me, you know, and try to communicate, but." Who knows, you know? Who knows what's right and what's wrong? What was right for him, it was wrong for me.
Right.
So, you know, how do you fix that, you know?
Sometimes you can't.
Sometimes
Yeah.
you can't. You
That's
just
have
have
to
to
Okay
walk
to be
away.
different.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And I think that when you're in a relationship, that's what I was talking about. When you're in a relationship and somebody just gets up and goes or whatever, you have to stop and think, you know, why didn't I see the signs? Was I doing something different or whatever? It's not always blaming yourself, but I think you have to look internally sometimes. I think it's easy for some people to put the blame all the time on the other person.
Sure.
Exactly.
Where you have to look.
Oh, yeah.
It takes two people. There's an old saying. You know, they say it takes two people to make a marriage, two people to break one up. But there's also an old saying is that you never know what goes on inside another person's marriage, including the two people in it. Sometimes
That's
That's
exactly
because
right.
they don't understand, especially in the child rearing years. You're just you're scattered all different ways. You're having these kids, you're educating them, you're both working, you're doing this,
I am
you're doing
so
that.
glad I don't have do raise children
Absolutely.
anymore.
Well, and you don't
You
want
know.
your dirty laundry out in public.
No,
I mean, it's
absolutely
self-respect
not.
too. So it's
yeah.
kind of nice, to keep that between you and your family or your husband.
Right.
With the question in mind, what can you do to help someone? The one thing that I did for myself when my husband and I split up, because I was heartbroken. I mean, I must have cried for months. I lost 25 pounds. And my counselor said, think about this. Write a letter saying goodbye. And write all the reasons why you're saying goodbye. All the reasons it's your fault, all the reasons it's his fault as you perceive them, and write your letter and say goodbye. And I did that. It probably took 2 days. It was a couple pages long.
Did you do it in color crayon? I would have done that.
No, I typed it so that the tears wouldn't make the ink run.
But you have a great rapport with him now.
We do. We get along great. But that was so helpful because I could understand. Once I wrote it down, I go, oh, yeah. And then the times when I thought, well, he wasn't all that bad. I go in the safe, I get that letter out, and I go, oh, yeah. That's why. Yes. And so it gives me really good clarity at the time and also after the fact. And I go, oh, that was the problem.
That's a good idea. That's very, very good.
It was helpful.
We have to move on and take our next two topics, our last two, so we've got another free-for-all.
Well, then,
Okay.
one.
Free for all.
That's right.
Okay.
And
And
would you want to roll? Oh, I'm
well,
sorry. Pressure and stress.
Okay.
Okay.
number one.
Can you honestly say that you handle pressure and stress well?
Do you?
Watch this pressure and
you?
stress. Don't
Babe.
move. We'll be right back.
Just Between Us, a spontaneous, intuitive live television show with topics that are intended to inspire, delight, educate, and encourage. Back to Just Between Us.
Welcome back. I'm Susie from Volcano.
Kathy from Buena Vista.
Money for my own.
You moved
And
since
Martha
we started the show.
I know, I never know where I am.
Ion.
Okay, we're going to start out. We'll do the free for all last. So we'll start
Okay.
out and
Okay.
Kathy, please.
Pressure and stress. Can you honestly say that you handle pressure and stress well?
No. Okay, Kath.
No.
Yes, as long as it doesn't have to do with my immediate family. Yes.
I think I've been the one that learned to handle stress well. I had to learn because I have no choice. I own a restaurant,
Right.
and you cannot be yelling and screaming. And
Yeah.
you have to act calm. And then in the kitchen, you go, "You do this," and those shows on TV where you hear
Yeah, yeah.
everybody yelling, and then you go in the front. Hi, how are you? How are you doing? How's everything? Oh, you look so good today. And then you go in the back and like, you didn't get this out. Come on.
But see, a lot of people act like that,
Yeah.
and then they come sashaying through the door. Hello,
Yeah.
how are you? And you think,
That's
what the
handling.
heck?
That's handling stress.
I can
to me,
handle.
you
You know what I can't handle when it comes to pressure and stress is little stupid things going wrong.
Oh,
I nut up and go off on the stupidest things, or car problems. Car problems send
my
me
God.
over the edge because I don't know anything about cars, how to fix the computer, this and that. I am totally illiterate when it comes to things like that. But little dumb things will just drive me up a wall.
I started.
And I shouldn't let that happen.
No, it's not important, Susie. I learned to not stress out. Like, okay, if I spill a cup of coffee,
Oh, that doesn't
big
bother
deal.
me.
Yeah.
I mean, but some people do.
Yeah.
The stuff that comes out of their mouth, it's like you go.
I
drop
do that
things.
anyway.
I am so klutzy in the kitchen, and we have
too.
big tiles on the floor, and they're so unforgiving. I mean, one little mistake, it's always when I go to grab something out of the fridge, and poof. And, I mean, it's like a complete wipeout. Everything bounces.
I don't know. I don't know how I learned not to get stressed.
Well, you know why?
That
Because,
way.
because,
It's
because
like
you
stress.
own your own business, like Kathy. I think when you own your own business, and you have to do, you can't get stressed. You can't get
You can't show
pressure.
It. You
No,
know, you
you
do it
can't.
gracefully.
There's two different things. I mean, there's showing it, and then your body reacting to it. And I mean, I have worked for a year and a half now trying to do. I have my early morning routine where I do meditation and I read a scripture and it's just right.
I do
I
too.
draw. It's like I have to have that time in the morning to center myself and get rid of all that stress. Because there is stress. You know, I get called daily, like, why isn't this closing? Why isn't this doing this? And why isn't that doing that? And it's like you've got to handle, you're juggling. You know, you're trying to put all this stuff together.
I find, prayers does help. It gives you that moment where you just go off by yourself and
I agree.
And do that. I think it helps. I think if you have faith. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't understand. I know there's a few that think I'm nuts and they make fun of me saying my rosary, but that's just the way that I am. I enjoy taking that time out and just being left alone and saying my prayers every day. And that's how you handle a lot of things in your life.
Everybody's different, Susie, and because
Absolutely.
and because you read a rosary, because I pray, or because you meditate, or because you go to church and
do you meditate
whatever,
at times?
I pray.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not very good at meditating because my mind wanders.
It's hard.
It's
How did
always
you
moving.
get yourself focused to meditate on one thing? See, my mind is all 5 different places.
It's
In the
not one
mornings,
thing.
it's easy.
It's you practice just clearing your mind completely. You focus on your breathing or something. You don't think of. I mean, I do my scripture, my prayer first, and then I just let it all sink in and just try to clear it completely. But when you get to that place, you don't want to go back, because you feel a love that is deep inside you that's been
going
put there.
there right now.
It is wonderful. It's like, you know, it becomes addictive. It's like, that's
So
where I
you
want to
get
go.
that feeling, and
It's
Yeah,
like it's
it is
kind of
great.
like
see, she gets that feeling. I get gas and nausea though all the time.
I get that relaxed feeling when I run. And when I get
Yes,
to the
everybody
point
gets
where
a
I
different
can,
feeling.
like when
Yeah.
you go from the point of being exerted to
Right.
it finally feels good, like the runner's high,
Yeah.
there's nothing on my mind. I see people, I don't even know if I hear anything, to tell you the truth. And I'm just moving along and looking around, and that's probably the only time my mind is completely clear.
what do you call it when you're driving and somebody puts you out? What do you call that?
Oh, hypnotist?
Hypnotist.
Yeah,
I think it's
hypnotize.
kind of like you hypnotize yourself, and you learn to do it, and then you want to practice it all the time. You know, when I'm really stressed, I go to my office and I just go, and I just breathe. Breathing is the most important thing. In learning to breathe and get that air.
You know what
You
else?
know,
Take a hit off the old bottle.
Just like- I know somebody that does that. But no,
That's the quick
it's
fix.
just, you know,
That's
it's,
the Italian way. A hit or 2 off the old bottle.
I remember that guy.
All righty, girls. We're going to go on.
This is way too deep.
Yeah.
Meditate on this, sister.
Meditate.
Pop that cork. We're going to go and we're going to do our free for all and the last one. And Martha, I think you ladies all agreed you wanted to talk about.
What did we agree?
Okay, as usual, she always comes through.
Christmas.
It was Christmas.
Christmas.
Is what's going on.
Yeah.
And locally, there's a lot.
Right.
There is a lot right now.
That's
And
right.
Monique, you do something special too.
We do, we go out of town. I do all my shopping here. I don't think I bought anything from out of the area yet. But we usually go to the Westin St. Francis in San Francisco, and we take a picture next to that big, humongous tree, that they assemble each year.
I worked there for
Right.
17 years, right by there.
And we have dinner at Farallon, right
Yeah.
across the street, and we
exciting.
do a little shopping, last-minute shopping, because it's right before Christmas, usually 22nd, 23rd.
You must have a small family.
We do. We have a very small family.
Yeah.
We can
But
fit
had-
2 cars.
Yeah. If we had to do that, it would be like,
And
I would need a bus.
we get
to
home on
put
the
everybody-
24th, and then we do our Christmas dinner, the German
How
style,
fun.
Christmas Eve dinner.
Nice.
And that's it. And it's just, we go ice skating downtown San Francisco. We, just have some cool dinners. We'll go out dancing one night if it's, on a weekend.
Fun.
Yeah, we'll go to Harry Denton's and dance the night away.
right.
So,
Good
yeah,
for you.
it's a good time.
It's the good things to do, It's the great things to do. I just stay home with the kids. Once in a while, we'll take them ice skating. Last year, we found the ice skating ring by mistake. We went to Old Sacramento to,
Oh, that's
to
right.
take the girls to event something. I forget, I can't say the name. But there's this little shop that the girls love, and once a year I take them there. And then we were driving out of town when we saw the skating ring. And they go, Grandma, please. They had never been skating before in their life, and they tried it, and they did it. They go, come on, Grandma. Yeah, right. I don't think so. I'd be in the news that I broke my leg.
I think that as time progresses, go ahead, honey, finish.
But I love to spend time at home because I don't get to
Well, you're
spend
gone
a
all the
lot of
time.
time. You know, I'm always working. I'm always going.
I'm
going,
a homebody.
going.
I like staying
You
at
know,
home. I know that sounds, people
I
don't
don't
think
get
that,
to
but
use my fireplace too often, so if it's cold and nice, we start the fireplace and
That's wonderful.
we do all kinds of little things, play games and
It's important.
yes,
It's
it's
important.
very important. My grandkids love coming to the house.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's
And
fun.
I don't love it after they leave, though.
Bring in the
But
maid.
it's fun. It's fun. Even after everybody's gone, it's like I feel so blessed to be able to have my children with me and all of us be healthy, and
Definitely.
It's important because yesterday, speaking in that, yesterday it was really funny because sitting there, I got to see all my great cousins, my cousin Scott and his wife Sandy and their 3 kids, and a lot of people were there. It was really strange because 3 of my cousins, here's my aunt, 99 years old, and she took her journey, and my cousin Vicky and Philip, brother and sister, died 18 months apart. They were in their late 30s when they passed away. My cousin Sandy, a year and a half ago, just had turned 60 and had battled cancer for numerous years. And it was so funny, here we are, we're weighing 99 years old as compared to the 30s and the 40s, and we don't realize, it hit me yesterday watching, seeing that they were missing, and they've been missing for 2 of them for a long time, and of course there was 5 children in my cousin's family, so the 2 of them were there, and to think, my goodness, their parents are gone, but their brother and sister is gone, and it's like after 99 years, like my cousin Lydia said, it was time for her. She wanted to go. She said, I want to take this journey. I'm ready. I just want to go. And there was not any quality of life in the last year or 2. It was very difficult. She couldn't get out of bed or whatever.
Right.
So I think that probably the hardest thing is that for us to letting them go.
It's so hard.
It's selfish. It's totally selfish.
Definitely.
And when you see a parent, like both of mine did, in 2 different situations, see them suffer and go through what they did, it was like, no, you know what, I have to do this. Just go. Go. You will always laugh again. You'll smile again. You will have your memories to comfort you. You're going to be okay.
Very important. Oh, yeah.
It's going to be.
But you will always miss them.
Oh, of
I
course.
think of my mom all the time.
That's
will
total lie. And she's, believe me, she's always with you. We're going to take a short break, and we're going to come right back and hit you up with our hot topic.
Okay.
Just Between Us, a spontaneous, intuitive live television show with topics that are intended to inspire, delight, educate, and encourage. Now back to Just Between Us.
All right, girlfriends and Martha, have you caught the royal baby fever? God bless those 2. I mean, would Diana not be so excited to know that her son is going to have a child of his own, the way that she loved children? And Kate is such a lovely girl.
This is a drama family. I mean, it might be the queens or the prince or the princess or whatever, but anything that happens to them, why does it have to be in the news?
Media attacks them.
Because they're
Well,
famous.
There was a radio station that called the hospital after she went to the hospital
And posed as the
queen.
Well,
the nurse
committed suicide.
committed suicide.
Yeah.
I mean,
Come
you
on.
know,
Well, first
I
of
don't
all, she
understand
really
this.
did not divulge her any
But-
heavy duty medical thing. She said she's had fluids and she's resting well.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if that is going to make you go off the deep end, there's got to be something else there that we don't know.
I
true.
wonder, are they? What nationality are they? People
British?
British, or are they Italian? did they had her killed because she
Yeah.
because she
it
said
probably-
something?
We're innocent this time. We didn't do
Probably
it.
she
Sure.
felt so much
Sure.
shame. I'm sure she
But I
was
mean-
shamed into feeling bad about it,
Oh,
too.
I think that's. I think
this
that's
was
terrible.
this is what I was thinking, you know.
But on the happy note,
Yes, sure, Susie.
have you caught the royal baby fever? I think it's exciting for
I do
them.
too.
I really think it is, and I mean, I love we have usually the first families are royal family or the Kennedys were in,
Right.
in their
yeah.
case, but I think it's really exciting for them. To see, we watch these little boys being not only grow up, but we watch them go through the tragedy with their mother,
Right.
watch them go through their parents' divorce, and like they said, Diana was very, as much as I adored the woman, and she brought the monarchy down to earth level, she was unstable in many respects, and I think that this would have given her so much pride and so much joy, and her daughter-in-law, I mean, Kate, you can't ask for a better young lady. I mean, this girl has grown up since she's been in college with this family. She's known them forever. And I think that these two kids have set the pace back again. I mean, obviously a lot of people don't care about them, but I really honestly wish them well, and I hope everything works out
I mean,
for them.
it's not like I don't wish them well. I just hate to see it on the news all the time.
Yeah.
It's
They
like,
need to leave them alone, but they won't.
Leave
They
them
won't.
alone.
Look at they're still talking about Diana and her death and her anniversary, and it sells. Sometimes bad things sell, and
a lot of times they sell.
and 90% of the times you'll grab something because so and so's getting a divorce or so and so did this and that, and it's an escape.
I hate it when they go, oh, look at the dress she's wearing. Then everybody's wearing the same
You know
dress.
what?
Like,
I
oh.
love the way she
Yeah.
dresses.
I do too.
And
I do too.
I'm excited just to watch her
Yes.
and her husband go through this.
It's gonna be
it reminds
fun.
me of when I was pregnant with my daughter 18 years ago, and the cute clothes she wears and the excitement between them. I just enjoy it, and then I don't have morning sickness, so I get to watch her go through it and go, "Oh wow, I remember
Hers
those
is
days."
extremely severe to
Yes.
the point where it's not even like a morning sickness. It's even worse than that, and it usually happens if you're carrying a girl or twins. So now, of course, there's speculation on the
Oh, my
twins,
God.
and twins run in the family, and the
hormones
whole
for
big
the
thing.
female baby.
Yeah, I think that the media needs to tone some of this down, but I just hope that they have a healthy baby. She's in that time frame where something, heaven forbid, could happen.
But isn't it funny how families like that, like the Kennedys and the royal family, there's always tragedies happening in these
Oh,
families.
It's in
Absolutely.
every
You know?
family, just they don't publicize
Yes.
our
Right.
personal
Right.
business.
Exactly. But I mean, they focus in one family, and then every little thing that happens to this family, the whole world knows
I just
about
don't
it.
think anybody
I mean,
can
how
top the
would you?
Kennedys for tragedy. I mean,
know.
I can't
And these
believe.
people are like the most perfect people I know in the world.
Or so you think.
Exactly.
So you've been
they
told.
make it sound like they are like the
Well,
perfect.
Martha, like this, could they go out and go shopping? Could they go to any of the stores in town and not have an entourage or
Oh,
people
God.
bothering them or whatever?
Take their kids to McDonald's to play in the play center.
There you
It's
go.
never going to happen.
So you
Yeah.
give up a lot of things when
They
you're a
do.
Kennedy, when
They
you're,
do.
Right.
when you're the royal family. Japan's royal family we don't know them as well, but over there, I mean, it's the same thing. And you have to give up a lot, and I think that's what's really very difficult for them. And I think, that's what Diana did. She went out in the public. There were pictures of the baby. There were pictures she posed for when she was coming home from the hospital. And I think this one here is going to do the same. But then after, I think that the press needs to back off because the boys have a deep hatred for the press, rightfully so. And so I just think that we have to put things in perspective. As
They
long
do.
as the baby is healthy, as long as they're happy, I'm happy for the Queen.
Keep it positive, too.
Absolutely,
This is an
absolutely.
exciting time in their life. Why dwell
Yeah.
on the past and the negative things?
Yeah, and I think people have to remember they are not your family. They are not your friends. They are public figures. And just like we would have, I mean, like if there was a pregnancy in the White House,
Well,
people would be doing the same thing.
That's right.
And you've
I
got to leave
didn't
it alone.
enjoy seeing one of the prince naked on TV. You know?
Yeah, I remember
Harry?
that.
Harry, poor little Harry.
See, now you
I
gave it
do
away.
it.
Poor little
Poor little Harry.
Now I don't have to go look at it because you gave it away. Yeah, poor thing.
I did hear that they were thinking about naming the baby Diana, if it was a girl.
I think
It was
that's
a
kind of
girl.
rumors, but who knows?
I thought that would be.
We really don't give a flying fig.
This is true, Susie.
We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
You're watching Amador County's #1 news and sports leader, TSPN.
Just between us.
223-4877 if you want to get a hold of us, 223-4866 if you want to fax us, and book me at tspntv.com. And if any of my family's watching out there, I love you dearly, and it was wonderful to see you yesterday. And my aunties had a good send-off.
Oh, that's
Yep.
great.
Wonderful.
That's
Yep.
sweet.
Happy holidays to everybody.
Happy
There we are in the
holidays.
holidays.
Merry
I
Christmas.
say to my family,
I say Merry
Feliz Navidad, everybody.
Boy, now I'm singing now all day. Feliz Navidad.
That song will be with you all day.
How do you say it in Italian? Notovo,
Bonanno,
Bonanno, something
Happy New
like
Year.
that.
Bonanno Nuovo. Almost something in
Yes,
Spanish.
yes. Feliz
Bon
Año
Natale.
Nuevo.
Yeah.
Feliz,
There you
año,
go.
feliz Navidad y feliz Año Nuevo
See?
para todas mis familias. Oh, on Sunday, I want to invite everybody. We have a parade that we do for the Virgin Mary
Yes, ma'am.
here at the Catholic Church at 12 o'clock. And we do a parade through town.
How wonderful.
And then we have the mariachi. You
Oh,
know,
boy.
Oh, fun.
yeah.
I like that.
So that'll be something happening Sunday the 9th.
And then tomorrow night's the Posada.
Las Posadas
Posadas.
on
Las Posadas.
Sutter
Sutter
Creek.
Creek.
Sutter Creek.
So
Open house
that'll
in
be
Sutter Creek tonight and tomorrow.
Tommy and I will be down there tonight, and we'll be looking for. I'll be the one with the red nose and the big swollen
But
eye.
all the wonderful things to do in
Yes, stay
Amador
here.
County.
So
Stay
many
here
fun
and
things
enjoy.
to do.
So
Absolutely.
many things to do and enjoy and
Lots of
and
concerts.
be friends.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
see
kids at the high
friends
school
and
and
those are
the
the
Living
best things to
Nativity
do.
with
Yes.
Pastor
That's really
Mark.
neat, yes.
So there's a lot of beautiful things going on in town, and hopefully at the beginning of the year we'll all be able to buy a new home, go out to eat, say hi to Monique and Mike when they're out and about,
Yes.
and we got a lot of things going on. We're very blessed in Amador County.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we
but,
are.
But we have to remember, please, if you go to the store, please get a little basket or something together.
Buy a
bag.
toy and bring it.
Absolutely.
I've
done that.
I have a box where for the sheriff
Sheriff,
is
you're right.
doing this
Please.
putting toys
Food
together.
and toys. We need food and
And on
toys
the
for our children.
22nd, they're going to have, they're going to give the toys
Right,
away.
which is
If anybody
very,
needs
very
information, call me at 223-3886.
Food bank always needs help.
Food
Absolutely.
Every day.
Absolutely.
All
Got
the
my box.
time,
I brought my
every
box
day.
already. It's ready to
So-
go, and I have another one. And if you're in some of the stores, for $10, they'll do up a bag for you, and they'll donate it to our food bank. So please, it's. I believe this is tis the season. We know who's the
Oh,
who it is for
yesterday
the reason.
Jim Giddy did the Christmas to Remember.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
They collected, we're so blessed in Amador County.
We are.
Bye.
But
Thank
help
you,
others,
Jim.
please. Get out and help
Enjoy.
others and give to others.